everyone, Angie Smith here. Thank you for watching. Welcome back. Happy March, right? We made it to March. It's almost spring. We got a couple more weeks for that. So today is Sunday, March 2nd. So my week ending March 2nd wax summary and all of my empties for the week. I got through so much. So let's just talk real quick where I'm at wax wise. So last week I was at 1,065 total pieces in my wax inventory. And this week I'm ending 1,068. So I did go up a few, not bad, right? I did use 38 pieces over the week. So super high usage. So the difference with that was 41 pieces new. But let's break down the 41 pieces new. So it's not all new. So I did get in a pharmacist daughter order. And then I had about 19, so 22 pieces from the pharmacist daughter. And then 19 pieces, if we're talking numbers, was an inventory adjustment from my Scentsy wax. So I did switch out my spring-summer scents. And I was off 19 pieces somehow in my official. I did recount everything. I don't think I did that the last time I switched it out. I just kind of took faith on my numbers. So I think over the year somehow I've gotten off in my inventory count. So it's okay. So I had to increase that by 19. And then what I did do though, because I put everything away for fall winter that is kind of like I'm just going to hold for next year. But I do have some wax that's a little bit older that looked like it was, juicy. I don't think it's going to make it all summer. So I want to go ahead and get through all of that. So I think with what I have pulled out, I'll probably stay mostly fall, winter, warming through, I'd say two weeks, maybe 3 weeks max. So I think that will put me towards the end of March or even right around that March 21st date, with the first day of spring. When do you guys think you're going to warm? Have you already started warming your spring summer scents? Or are you going to wait till like that official first day of spring to pull out those warmer weather? I mean, it's still cold here. At least all of the snow is melted, but we don't have like warm weather yet. So I'm good with that. I'm getting, using up some of that fall winter wax, not putting it away, and then waiting till it gets warm to actually get into those fun, vibrant summer scents. So let me know in the comments when you're going to warm your spring, summer. So let's talk about new orders that are coming in. So this weekend was March 1st. Scentsy had March 1st, we switched over to the spring, summer catalog. So I did close out a party, and I was kind of concerned with all of the changes going on. And I'll get more in detail with that when I do get my first catalog, when I get that order in. But I was actually pretty happy with my party closeout. I was able to, I know we were concerned that the bundle and saves were going away, but you can still do a lot of the bundle and saves on a party closeout. So that's positive. So I was able to do bars, like a 6-bar bundle, just like we have been. The warmer bundles changed this. I did mostly bars, and I got the beehive warmer. I'm so excited to get that. So I can't wait because I'm going to switch out all of I'm going to do like a spring, summer, like garden kind of theme is what I'm planning to do once I get that beehive in. And then I have like a lot of the succulent type warmers. But so how that worked, that beehive, it's a $50 warmer. And they did away with those old bundle and saves on the warmers. So it was 50, and then you get 6 bars. So then it just adds the price of what 6 bars is. So 86 total. But then it let me do 1 half off. I know in the past, I think it was like $85 and you had to do 2 half offs. So I was able to do 1 half off for that bundle. And so it was like $43 for 6 bars and the warmer. So I was happy with that. And then the rest of my rewards, I did all new spring, summer scents, mostly the new spring, summer bars. And then Kay's scented wax melts. So that is still going on through tomorrow, the 3rd. But they're doing 25% off site-wide. If you've never shopped with Kay's scented melts, They are a vendor, but it's all pretty much ready to ship wax, and they have so many scents, so many varieties. They have a lot of similar scents to other companies, and they also do custom. So you can kind of, with all of their wax oils, you can go in and create your own custom melts, which I did a lot of those customs. Now, I won't say they're necessarily my blends, but I did use a lot of other YouTubers, and on their Facebook page, a lot of people had suggestions. So I kind of did some of that. So I'm excited to get that order in. I'm thinking that will come in pretty quickly because she probably got a lot of orders. So it will take a while, but not like the normal like pre-order turnaround time. So maybe within a couple weeks, I'm thinking. And upcoming, oh, I'm waiting on Britta's. I wrote that down. So Britta sent out her pre-order from December. It's kind of stuck in the USPS system right now. So tomorrow I'm hoping that updates to where that's at, and we'll see. So I should hopefully get that in next week. And then March 16th, though, I have Lavender Speckles, Second and Spruce, and Salt Mountain Melt. Those pre-orders coming up. So I have a couple weeks off, thank goodness, to get through some more wax. So let's jump in to what I got through. I'll go ahead and put this timestamp. I'll try to figure that out. So if you want to skip through the wax summary and not see that, and get straight to the like what I've been melting. So I'm gonna try to jump through a Scentsy first, and I finished the butterscotch brittle Scentsy brick from the holiday collection. This scent I actually really liked. I know a lot of people did not like this because butterscotch brittle just makes it sound like it's going to be a nice butterscotch bakery scent. It is not. It is far from that. So this is, the scent notes are crushed peppermint, decadent butterscotch, buttery caramel, and creamy vanilla. And I don't get any of that but the crushed peppermint. It is just, for me, a nice peppermint scent, which I love. So don't let that name fool you. But I did finish this brick, and I do actually have the bar in my club. So day 25 from the Wax Melt Challenge. So on Instagram, if you follow Patricia Gates from Patricia Nose and Toes, she puts together a list for the whole month. So the March one was posted like a week ago. But it has a list for every day of the month. And it's more just like a wax prompt because sometimes you're in a rut and you're like, what do I warm today? It just kind of gives you a fun way that you can say, oh, okay, here's the theme of the day. You can pull out some wax, and you can post it on Instagram, social media, however you want to do it. I've been trying to post daily pictures. That's the hardest part for me. I can pull out the wax, but taking the pictures and posting it is my hardest part of this. So this was from February 25th, which was day 25 of February. Get to chopping and warm from a brick, loaf, or large piece of wax. So that's kind of what prompted some brick warming for me, which was fantastic. So I have this warm winter night from the holiday brick collection, along with that butterscotch brittle. Pretty close to being done. I can probably get through this in 2 more warms. This is enough for my candle crock in the bathroom. I honestly don't, it's an okay scent for me. It's just not a preference. It's very masculine. And again, this is bourbon, citrus, brown sugar. I have the scent notes written inside. And I do get all of that, like the bourbon and the brown sugar. It's just a very, to me, masculine type scent. Not one I would repurchase, and it's not, to me, very strong, but it's good enough to warm in the bathroom. So that will be done shortly if I stick to that warming. I warmed through Pistachio Woods. I did that in the open concept yesterday. It was so good. So nice. I do, somebody had mentioned, I think it was Amy from her channel, said if she didn't hear a lot of feedback, so this is one she probably recommended clubbing. I did club it because It may or may not be back next year. I love this. It's no longer available, so you can't try it. But it's pistachio, almond, and cedarwood. It's just a nice woodsy pistachio. It's not bakery pistachio. It's woodsy pistachio. And it is so good. And it's a good performer for me. So worked on that yesterday. I'm trying to finish up my last of my Joy and Wonder. These are bars from 2022. They did get kind of juicy. This one isn't super juicy, but you can see the oils have started coming through. So I've noticed on some bars that are kind of in that 2 to 3 year mark, those oils kind of start formulating on top of the wax. Not all bars, but I know red ones tend to do it, but on quite a few. So wanting to get through those older 22, 23 bars and not put those away for next fall, winter. So working through the Joy and Wonder. Hemingway is from 23. This one actually did not look too bad on top. This is kind of like an apple. It's more of like an apple incense type scent to me. I know a lot of people like that bar. Cotton Candy Tales. This one, I was so shocked did not make it in the catalog this spring, summer. My favorite from last year's scent of the month. It's just a good cotton candy scent. Had to throw that in the warmers this weekend. I did like a coffee day today because I do have a lot of coffee scents, and I don't know why. I love the smell of the coffee, but then I never pull it out. So I'm thinking about making one day a week, maybe even Sundays, dedicated to warming my coffee scents so I can get through that. And it's just so heavenly today. It's like Sundays are my relaxing day. I do laundry. I usually hit the grocery store up in the morning before it gets crazy. And I just kind of relax during the day. I try not to do too much else, but and then just get ready for the week ahead. So it's kind of nice just to have, I have like coffee candles going and coffee scents on all the warmers, and it's just fun. So I know cotton candy is not coffee, but I actually have it alternating in warmers with a coffee scent. That's kind of where that's coming into play. And I have it alternating with Sassy Girl Aroma Brewtastic, which is a Beach Nights blend. So Beach Nights is like a marshmallow s'mores. And this is birthday cake, sugar cookie, blackberry, and caramel coffee. So I have like this, I have that alternating warmers, and it is fantastic. But what else do I have going today? Brutiful. So these aren't Scentsy, but I'll just talk about it. I have Brutiful in my open from Pharmacist's Daughter, which is Cupcakes at Tiffany's, vanilla bean fudge, or vanilla butter fudge, sugar cookie, and espresso. That's a gorgeous coffee scent. And then I did Sammy. Let's see if I can pull that out, which is day 2 today. So March 2nd, melt challenge, wax melting challenge for March. So Sammy is from Britta's. It is, it was in the cutest little like witch's legs shape. So I put that in the candle crock, and it's cappuccino, library, and caramelized pralines. So good. And then if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw this. So I went to our local donut shop the other day to get donuts for my son before school. And they had these cute little, they looked like they're little donut wax melts in here. And this is called a soy wax melts bucket of donuts. It's from a local, like a local vendor here in Indiana, Mama Pearson's Soporium out of Gas City, Indiana. So if you want to look them up, I know one of my coworkers at work always buys us, like at Christmas time, they do the handcrafted soaps, and like they're always in cute shapes and scents. So I was familiar with Mama Pearson's for that. I've never actually visited them myself, but I've seen them at some of the like local craft kind of things as well. But these did really well. I warmed them in my entryway. I put some in my Sun's Room, and then did I put it maybe in another warmer in the open? But they just smelled like, you know, maple glazed donuts. So super cute. All right, yesterday, this was fantastic. So I did whipped vanilla pear and alternating warmers with Pharmacist Daughter's custard pie. And this, oh my goodness, I'm gonna do this again. I have another bar of whipped vanilla pear, and then I can use the rest of the custard pie up. Oh, this was scrumptious. It was so good. This whipped vanilla pear is one that I would definitely repurchase if it comes back. I think I lost this from my club when I lost my club. But it's just such a good, almost, it's such a good creamy whipped pear. Super yummy. I would almost wear this as like a body care. But with the custard pie, which is vanilla, pound cake, French custard, sweet and creamy pie crust, touch of sugar and spice. It's just a good like custard scent. Creamy and pear. All right. So first day of March, day one, was start the month with a sleepy style scent. So I did warm Provence lavender. This is in the spring summer catalog. If you like lavender scents, you'll like this. It's a strong, straight up lavender scent. It is like, I'm not the biggest lavender fan, but if I like lavender, I would be all over that scent. I'm still using up bars from my scent of the month kit. So I worked on my apple s'mores. You'll see probably this a few more times this month as I use up those bars. And it's just such a good, it's a smoky apple, like around the campfire marshmallow type scent. It's fantastic. Hoping that returns at some point to pick up more and to put that in my club. I did warm 1-to-1 in the same warmer whiteout with Hug in a Mug. So this is kind of like a peppermint. It's almost like a peppermint candy type scent, like a peppermint candy that you would eat. It's like that sweet Christmas. I almost picture like the ribbon candies at Christmas. I always remember having those as a kid, like my old school candy. And then Hug in a Mug is just like a hot chocolate. So it's almost like peppermint hot chocolate. That was really nice. There's the other Pistachio Woods. There's another whiteout. I'm trying to work through those scents. Sweet Pea and Freesia. Let me tell you, if this is a brand new scent in the spring summer catalog, and that's it. This was from my 10 new bars. I have had to, so when I first warmed this, I think I put, I don't know if I've done 2, 2, 2, and 2. Do not do 2. Do not do 2 or 4. I would even say stick to 1 cube per warmer if you're going to warm the scent, and you probably won't even need that many warmers on. If you're looking for a powerhouse floral scent, this is it. Sweet Pea and Freesia. I was expecting this to be like the past like Sweet Pea or the Bath & Body Works Sweet Pea scents. No, this is very rose forward. It's very powdery. It's pretty. But let me tell you, even with my coffee scents today, it was too much. Like, it's finally kind of died down, but it was almost overpowering the coffee scents today. But if you like floral, again, floral, powdery, and rose scents, you need to pick up this Sweet Pea and Freesia, and it is a powerhouse. All right, Christmas Cookie, which was, I think, November's scent of the month. I do really, really like this. I have a couple bars. I just put those away to pull out for next fall, winter, and I'm hoping that the strength, that it gets a lot stronger, because that's the only downside to this scent, is it is not, it doesn't throw very well, but I love it on cold. It's like having it's like you're baking Christmas cookies and then all the Christmas scents in the background in your home, like the tree. And it does. It smells like Christmas and a clam. I just don't get the throw from it. Let's see. What else, Scentsy? Worked on this vitamin M. This was from the All Is Well wax collection a couple years ago. And it's pretty similar to Provence lavender. This is more herbal and spa-like, where that is straight up like the lavender oil. Both are good lavender scents. All right, day 28, so February 28th of the wax melting challenge was melt a floral scent, and I didn't have a lot of floral out because I hadn't switched out my two melting seasons yet. So I warmed through this water lily and bergamot, which was from the summer collection. Absolutely love this. This is kind of like, to me, like an aquatic floral. And it was light in the beginning. It has gotten stronger as it's cured. So just know if it's light and you've gotten a newer pour to sit on it for a few months and it will get stronger. That's a tip. This did return for this catalog season. I did actually pick up a few more bars in my order yesterday. I do enjoy that in the bathroom. All right, let's see what else. Scentsy Harvest Blessings. Finished this up. This is not, it reminds me of like a fall soap, like you would get from my handmade soap place. It's got apples, you get a little bit of spice. All right, what day is this? Day number 24. So February 24th was melt a scent that makes you think of a past crush or your significant other. I was clueless with that. So I just decided that I was going to melt a scent that I don't like very well, I guess. It's just to use this up. The sugar plum berry and the sparkling spice citrus. Sparkling spice citrus is like an orangey, I don't think it's too spicy, but it is like a citrus cider, I would say. Mixing that with the sugar plum berry. I think I'm done with the sugar plum berry and I'm excited for that. It's super strong and I know people that like it. It is a powerhouse scent. It's just not for me. Also using up this red cedar and sage, which is not a favorite for me, with 1-to-1 of the almond croissant. That's how I'm going to get through that. It just kind of helps tone down that cedar. It's the cedar. I don't mind the sage. It's the cedar. It just smells like a cedar. Like if you open a cedar chest, that's what this smells like. It's straight up cedar. And I think that's it for Scentsy, except for my water lily and bergamot lotion. I did get through this. This was from the last flash sale. And I would buy this again. I absolutely love it in lotion. My only concern with Scentsy's body cream is at some point the scent wears off and then it smells horrible. It smells like the scent's still here for the water lily. This one's still good, but a lot of them, that's probably why they stopped selling the body creams, because at some point the scent wears away and I don't know what it is in their formula and it doesn't smell good anymore, but that's still good. That one was still good. Okay. Next up is vendor wax. So I did get through 3 candles this week. Bath and Body Works is primarily what I melt, burn, or whatever. I do both in the candle crock and I burn. I know that's bad. A lot of people don't do that. Caramelized lavender. I actually really enjoyed this one. So this one is fresh lavender, melted caramel, hint of vanilla. And let me tell you, the lavender is barely there. I literally get no lavender. I pretty much just get the caramelized, like the caramel and the vanilla. And you can tell it's a little different. That's probably what the lavender's doing. But this is not lavender forward at all. But I enjoyed that. And then peppermint sugar cookie, which is crushed peppermint, vanilla extract, creamy butter, soft sugar cookies. This is a lot like Meant to Be Merry from Scentsy. And then one of my all-time favorite candles from Bath & Body Works. This is available right now. This candle was from last year, but I highly recommend this candle if you're looking for a good like just neutral kind of scent. Bakery. It's almond croissant. And that's what it smells like. Toasted almonds, vanilla glaze, flaky croissant. It's such a good scent performer. I've popped them in my candle crock before, and I also burn it. So highly recommend that candle. All right. I'm going to try to stick with one vendor if I can. So I'm trying to get through a lot of my older vendor wax. And I went ahead and I put in my spreadsheet, I put all of my current inventory together on a sheet, and then I sorted it by date. I did a little formula to see what was older. A lot of my vendor wax I like to do at about 6 months cure time. So I started actually buying a lot of vendor wax last year, and it's kind of getting at that point now. I actually have 7 to 8 months is kind of where I'm at right now. It's not a lot, but so I went ahead and highlighted this. I'm doing it in my head. This is my spreadsheet. I went ahead and highlighted all of the scents that are 6 months plus. So I think there was like 54 pieces that I need to start really working on. And I'm going to try to tackle a lot of that this month. So there's a kind of like a project use up with my vendor wax. And so you're going to start seeing some of these, what I call older. Like I said, they're in that 6 to 8 month mark. And we're going to try to start using some of that up. So let's dive into my vendor wax. Perfectly Pastry. And I did put a heart on that I loved this. This was really good. This is from Pharmacist's Daughter. It's pistachio cake, Italian wedding cake, serendipity, coconut shortbread cookies. This was amazing. I would absolutely repurchase it. And I think I might be requesting this, so we'll see. Next up was from the Wax Melting Challenge from Pharmacist's Daughter. It was day 27. Melt a retro scent. And this is absolutely, I love their root beer float. So they actually have two. They have a root beer smoke that I've tried and a root beer float, and I like both. The root beer float is root beer, vanilla ice cream pie crust. It's a little more like that root beer vanilla scent, where the smoke is more root beer smoky, if that makes sense. So I warmed that on day 27 for the retro scent. I don't know, what other kind of scents would you have done for a retro scent? I was trying to think, and that's like root beer was the first thing that popped in my mind, but I don't know. I'm not super creative, so let me know in the comments, like, what scents would you have picked for the retro scent? So then I actually I did warm through She's a Doll from Pharmacist's Daughter. This was from the Barbie. So they had like a Barbie collection last year, kind of around the time, I think, has it really been a year since the Barbie movie came out? This is lemon chiffon, birthday cake, vanilla cupcake, and buttercream frosting. And I am not the biggest lemon bakery fan, but let me tell you, if you are, this was a powerhouse. It was a fantastic, it's probably one of the best lemon bakeries that I've had. And I would buy this again. I'm probably not going to request it because I don't, like I said, I don't love it, but I did really like this. And it was such a great performer. So it's called She's a Doll. And that's basically what it is. It's just like a lemon chiffon cake bake scent. She's a Doll. Write that down if you want that. Blue Waves. This was really good. I actually had that in a sample. I packaged them together. So this was lavender, chamomile, sea salt, light florals, balsam, and vanilla. It was just a really good aquatic type bedroom scent. Fantastic. Blue Waves. Decadence. This one was okay. I didn't think it lasted very long. Probably won't repurchase. Cotton candy, vanilla buttercream, mango sorbet, marshmallow sugar waffle cone. I honestly didn't think it was the best performance. So again, Decadence, not a repurchase for me. Let's see, what else do I have? Pharmacist Daughter, Roasty Toasty. This one was okay. Okay, so I do have a follow-up on this one. I had purchased this a year ago, and I had in my early vendor wax. I'm still learning. I would say I'm probably intermediate now into vendor wax. This is when I was a beginner. I'm not advanced for sure. Still a lot to learn. But so I had chopped. I'd sat down one night and I was like, I'm going to chop all my wax. And then I didn't melt it. So I pulled them out like a year later. And I think I'd asked the question before too. Like, if you chop and then you, does it like break down the scent oils? And you don't, I think it does. So I did warm this. Now I will say this, I think the one that I had chopped, I didn't have any kind of performance from. This one I hadn't pre-chopped. And so Roasty Toasty, I chopped it just like fresh and then warmed it. And it was probably about a medium throw, but it was definitely better than the pre-chopped one. This one is roasted pine cones, eggnog, smoked vanilla, chestnuts, and Palo Santo. I will say though, it was probably about a medium throw in my bedroom area. So I don't think it would do good in an open. It would need like a smaller space for it. And it wasn't bad. I put maybe as a repurchase because I did think it was pretty good. Now, I don't generally like eggnog. I don't generally like roasted pine cones. In wax, I can actually, Pharmacist Daughters, I can handle. For some reason, I love the scent oils that they use. But again, it was probably about a medium. And for that, it was a maybe because I don't necessarily need more. And I don't know that I need to purchase more. So, but in answer to the question of, I do think if you pre-chop and you don't use your wax right away, that it does lose. First, I don't know why it does, but it does lose scent. So, for that reason, and I'm kind of, like I said, I'm in my, I think I'm in between the beginner and intermediate. I don't know what that would be called for vendor wax. I'm in between right now. Because I've been trying to figure out what size of waxes do I want to buy. And I figured out the way my wax warmers are set up, the souffle is perfect. It's just a one use. And because of the whole chopping thing, this is where it's coming together, right? So if I get anything bigger than a souffle, I need to turn around and use that pretty quickly, or otherwise I'm afraid that scent is going to go away, like with the pre-chopping thing. So say I get a tub, which is the equal of what, 2 souffles. I'm going to chop half of it to use, and then I'm going to have to turn around and use the other half like pretty quickly. And then the same thing with like a loaf. So loaf, I've done the calculation. It's probably about 3 souffles as a loaf, give or take, maybe 3 to 4, something like that. But I'm gonna have to use, like, I have bought some loaves, so I'm thinking, man, I'm gonna have to use that. I'm gonna have to just like keep using that loaf for a while when I chop it, like start chopping into it. But let me know if you have experience of half chopping a loaf, and then does it stay, or do you use it up pretty quickly? Because I'm thinking, I think I'm just going to order souffles. And I just had this revelation like this last week after I placed my Pharmacist Daughter order, mind you, that I got loaves and tubs. And I was like, I think if I want a loaf of something, I think I'm just going to get 3 to 4 souffles instead of the loaf. Just so I can keep the souffles like packaged and then just pull one out and chop it. It's a little more expensive, like, because I've done the breakdown of like how much is the cost of the loaf per ounce kind of thing versus a souffle. It's a little bit more, but I don't know. And if I don't have to use it up right away, I think it might be to my benefit. So sorry for that tangent. It's kind of where I was going. Let me know on the whole chopping thing. What's your experience with chopping up a wax and then not using it right away? Or chopping even half of it up and not using it right away? Are you losing scent? That's what I want to know, because I think I am. So that was my experience with Roasty Toasty. Mountain Fall. This was fantastic. Now I will say this is super strong. It needs to probably go in an open area versus my medium size area. It was super strong for the medium. It did get better as it died down. Again, I would repurchase this and I did enjoy it. I just think I need to put that out in the open so that it can kind of consume and die down that scent. It was strong. So Mountain Fall is Mountain Pine, Blue Sugar, and Marshmallow Fireside. It does remind you of like mountain air, fresh type scent. That's completely, yeah, what it is. But I did like that. I'll probably actually request this. We'll see. All right. Last Pharmacist Daughter is Cupcake Party. And I know I'm going really far over. And if you're still with me, thank you. We got just a few more to go through. But Cupcake Party is definitely a repurchase. If you like wild berry cheesecake, which I absolutely love, and scent oils, a lot of vendors carry it. This is wild berry cheesecake, pink sugar, cupcakes at Tiffany's, and Cuppy Cake. Fantastic scent, Cupcake Party. I would buy loaves of that. So instead of loaves, we're going to get lots of souffles of that going forward. So day 26 was Pucker Up Melt Something Citrus. I don't do a lot of citrus, but I have been holding on to this Candle Nurse scent. It's called, I think it's Shayna's. It's either Shayna's or Shanna's Surprise Sunrise, which is yuzu, ruby red grapefruit, sage and citrus, peach, magnolia, raspberry. I don't have a lot of luck with the Candle Nurse, and I don't know what it is. I know a lot of people love her wax. I just don't get good performance in my home. And I will say I use Scentsy warmers. I have Juliana home warmers. I have Candle Crock. I have tea lights. I have everything that you could imagine for wax warmers. I have the Scentsy Accord. And I have not been able to get this to perform for me, her wax, and that's fine. Not every wax company is going to do well in your home. Like Pharmacist Daughter does fantastic in my home, and that's why that's my favorite vendor wax. But it might not do well in your home, but it does great in my home, so it works for me. But this was the last of the Candle Nurse, and it smelled so good on cold. All of her wax smells so good on cold, and I was so hoping this would do well, and I just didn't get it. So I will move on to my favorite Rose Girl scent, though. This one is such a good performer in my home. It does well in my open. It's called Honey Bee Birthday Cake, which I love honey scents, honey cake scents, sweet sticky honey and birthday cake. Absolutely fantastic. I have several bags of these left. At the time that it was offered, which was back in like February of last year, I bought like 10, 11, maybe 12 bags of this. And I still have it. I'm going to work my way through it this summer. It's one that if she offered it again, I would buy bags again. The only problem I have with Rose Girls wax is that I find that I don't see a lot of scents repeat. So it's hard to get scents again from her. If you do see that though, tag me in it, because I actually stopped following her. I still follow the page. I just took it out of my reminder section on Facebook because I don't need to look at a lot of wax that I'm not buying. But if that came back, I definitely would purchase loads of it. Chinese almond cookies from Sassy Girl Aroma. Finished up a brittle of that. Toasted almond, butter scent, mimic the buttery, flaky Chinese almond cookies. It's basically just like, to me, like an almond cookie snack. Almond cookie scent, not snack. Really good. Love that. Would repurchase. And then I finished up the Leaf It to Fig from Knoll's Farms, which is leaves and a harvest fig. It's just a nice leaves, like leaves from Bath & Body Works scent with some fig. Really good performer. And that's it, guys. I'm empty. I'm 40 minutes in. Thank you all for watching. If you're still here, I will see you on my next one.